We're still recording.
Yeah, we're recording.
Are we?
We're live. What are you guys
We're live.
doing?
You guys.
Amateurs. Oh, you're in the middle? Okay. That's fine.
Stop.
Please?
He needs to finish the ARG.
Jeff, sit in the middle.
Okay.
Devin, sit in the middle. No, you sit in the middle. Yeah. We'll just trade one. Perfect. Great. All right, welcome back. No, wait, welcome to a new episode.
Welcome to
Hold on, we'll start again here. Okay.
Welcome
Number
to our
5,
live stream.
right?
This is live.
This is not live.
Oh man, that chat is
Do you see
so
what the chat is
That
saying?
chat, no, that's
That
live.
chat over there.
Whoa. Did you see what we just typed?
What's
God,
this?
that- No, it's my Bible. I believe in God.
Wait, Vinny,
my
move over.
schedule.
How do you manage that your head gravitates to the fucking frame of
I don't
any
want
video?
people to see me.
Just
Didn't you
go
watch?
further,
Didn't you
please.
watch the last video?
All right, we got as of 16 minutes ago, on Twitter.
Look what Amanda just said on the chat.
Why does the baby not have a name? What name would we have given the baby?
I think
Yes,
there's a pretty.
because I hate
think
it.
there's a pretty obvious reason why the baby does not have a name. It's in Evan's belly.
He ate the baby.
Well,
Well, you know.
it's shit by now,
It's
actually. It would
Also, Canon had it left for a second. Evan came back and Evan ate the baby.
be- Evan definitely
Wait,
it
hold
was Evan
on.
that did it.
Do people? So I never want a child. I don't like children. Do people name
You
their
taught
babies
them for
before the baby? I
years.
hate them. Do people? Do people know?
If something bad happens,
No,
I think
but-
you generally name a child.
Do they? Like, do you
So,
name the
yeah.
child before it's born, or
It's
do you
kinda-
look at it and
kinda
go,
morbid,
"This
but
is
yeah,
this
like-
is a Nathan"?
Wait,
There's a
what are you
December
talking
song.
about?
I'm
Like
asking.
if somebody loses a baby or
No, I'm
something
asking. Do
earlier?
people choose the child's name before the baby's born?
I think
Sometimes.
How do you
Yeah.
know? You can't look at it and go. You can't like. It feels like a David. You gotta wait for it to pop out and go. That's a James. You know.
Oh, also, yeah, we have Talia and
That's
Amanda
a
here
Robert.
again.
Baby,
Support
not
too.
a dog.
You have to look at
You gotta look at it.
it. You gotta look at it and see. You can't like get. I'm gonna guess this is a Nancy. No, it's not a fucking
Babies
Nancy.
don't
That's a
like
Lila.
potatoes. How
You
would
know.
that even help?
God.
Can you imagine
So,
looking
Vinny,
at a
don't
baby
have children,
and like
people.
Wait,
naming
so-
it Norman? Like,
So,
how do you
Vinny,
name a baby
you-
an adult name?
You or Karen.
Like,
I'm sorry to any Karens or Normans out there, but like,
Lydia.
that's actually kind of
That's a cool name. No, it's a pretty.
Because I've already thought of a name,
Okay.
which is
And you
filibuster,
wanna-
Wait,
Oh.
but what if
so that
something
my
bad
son
happens before
hates
they're
me
born?
for the rest of my life. What?
What if something bad happened before they're born? So
do you
now,
mean?
like,
That's
like a
what I'm-
stillbirth.
No,
or
that's
something,
that's why I
and
was.
Well,
I was
so that's
that
what
was
I
a
thought he was
genuine.
asking
That was a genuine
originally.
question. As I was saying, do people name their children
Yes.
before they're born? Because to me, like,
There's
I don't
still
know.
complications.
When
after that.
Right.
if the birth because some people will take
we're gonna have to
their,
cut all of this.
well, some people will
We're gonna
take
have to cut all of
their
this.
their infants that die, or stillbirth or whatever. Sometimes they'll take pictures of them,
Mhm.
and they'll have like
Well,
little photos with them.
and
So,
I know
and they still
make
have
birth
names.
certificates and stuff,
You
right?
know what I mean? Like
Yes.
they'll have names and they'll bury them,
Okay.
and they'll, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I was asking. Is it generally an accepted thing that people name their children before it's born? Because I would just be like, no, we have to wait.
I would assume so.
that was my genuine question.
So tying it back. All right.
You were being a real asshole though, making fun of people for their names. Jeffrey,
Fuck off. Yeah, no,
Of
Jeffrey's
all-
son. See,
of
I'm
all-
qualified.
Mr. Weatherman, like
Weatherman. Okay.
neighborhood rapist or child molesters. Jeffrey, Mr. Dahmer.
All right, well, let's just start this whole thing.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Hi, welcome to the EMH.
He poured acid into people's brains and ate.
I didn't.
He
know.
ate their biceps.
Welcome to
He
EMH
kept the guy's
Q&A
hands and genitals in
number
a thing, and his name was Jeffrey. That's what I'm
So-
saying.
All right, hold
User-
on. Let's back this up.
User,
He did
Go
keep
ahead.
those.
Yes, I
requests.
know. I'm
User
aware.
Ludi completely derailed
Yeah.
this.
What's
Q&A.
such an easy question?
It's easy, apparently not.
We did not look. We did not name the baby. Because
Wait, look at
we
what
were
chat's
eating the
saying.
baby. Oh,
'Cause we're
jeez,
live.
chat went nuts over
Chat
that.
went nuts.
We're
I'm glad we
getting
were able.
canceled.
Glad we were able to live edit this whole video.
Jeff should be canceled for being a fucking guy who eats people.
I'm not Jeffrey Dahmer.
Pedophile in the
Okay.
neighborhood or whatever.
Why do you always have to add in the neighborhood? What is that like your?
Because
Okay.
he was the neighborhood. There were so many serial killers.
Because where else are you gonna live?
That's like
The
saying I
woods?
live in the tri-state area. No,
Well,
shit,
a guy
dipshit.
named,
You live in the tri-state
listen to me,
area.
a guy named Jeffrey would live in a neighborhood, not in the middle of the woods or on a farm or something, like Ed Gein. A guy named Ed would live on a farm. A guy named Jeffrey would live in a neighborhood. And
What if he
also
lived in the city? Would it be
kill
a
people.
neighborhood? Is it like Air Force One? If the president's on the plane, it's Air
A
Force
guy
One.
named Jeffrey would live in the city. The city's too cool for a guy named Jeffrey.
Okay. Moving on. The baby did not have a name. What name would you have liked to give it?
God.
What?
What name would you have liked to have given her?
Philip Baxter.
Phil Baxter.
Done. Next question.
So that she hates me for the rest of her days.
Judith. Okay, that's not broad.
Now we're never getting subscribers.
Guys, please get your subscribers.
This is a
Okay.
nice watch.
It's
Jacob,
like $10.
Yeah.
Jacob the Gamer asks for Evan.
Yes.
Do you think you are going to play a villain like Habit ever again? Your performance during the series, and especially in the monologue, was phenomenal, and the best villain performance I've ever seen. And there's a follow-up to that. So do you think you'd want to play someone like Habit again?
Yeah, I had a great time. I basically, I made his personality the way it was, so I'd have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to play a fun bad guy. What?
Bastard.
A fun piece of shit, which is exactly what he was. The worst, terrible monster person.
Let me-
And I had a great time.
Let me
doing
change
it.
that question a little bit then. Would you be interested?
Well, you can't change that
No,
question.
I'm going to change your question because I'm interested in
fucked
that.
You could do
Because you
it.
answered this question. That was
That's
a
a
softball.
nice watch.
That was a softball question. Did you like playing the bad guy? Of course you like playing the bad guy. You kidding me?
Of course, yeah. Have you
Would
seen-
you? Would you?
Would I do it again?
No, no, no.
Well, let me answer their
Let me-
question before
yes,
you fuck
yes,
off.
you would. Fuck off. Okay.
Yes,
next
I
question.
absolutely would.
My question
play.
is-
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you ever play a villain that had set guidelines, like somebody else's villain? That
I
was like,
think-
you can't go, you can't drop the F-bomb, you have to be a little silent and strong. It's like, would you
I
be...
think
would you,
I think I would. I'd be willing to play other people's characters, sure. If for probably a shorter thing,
Okay.
because it depends on whether I'd have fun with that. Like,
Right.
like if we were to make another thing, right? And let's say Jeff wrote an entire thing.
Yes.
He already wrote it. It's not a. We're just helping Jeff make something. And Jeff made me a all right, Evan, I need you to play like a scared little pussy man. Like, I'll play the scared little pussy man, but like, will I have as much fun? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? If I can go ham with it, then probably will be fun.
His
But like,
favorite character is Spider-Man too.
guy, don't do this. I hate him. He is the worst superhero. That's
Play
a
that
whole. That's a
PS4
stream
game,
for
though?
another day.
That PS4
But
game's pretty good.
Would I do that? Yes, I think so. Would I have as much fun with it? No, but would I still have fun with it? I hope so. I think I would. But I would definitely do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like without a doubt, because
Yeah.
when
that's
somebody
just
makes
something
something,
to do,
then
right.
whatever. But
Cool. Good question.
Wait, I have
Me, thanks.
Part two. Do you prefer acting as villains? I think that's.
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry.
It's the second part of it. Do you prefer acting as villains?
Oh.
absolutely. I have a question though. I mean, me obviously yes. Villains have always been my favorite characters.
And
I've
I
always
will-
loved
I
villains.
will jump in. It's fun to, like, just the
I was
few
gonna say, what
test
about
screens.
you? Because you did both.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's so easy. So back, even going as far back as when we did a couple test screens. Remember we did like a couple things to see what like Jeff would be like his habit if we wanted to have it him me.
Yep.
It's so easy to get into that mindset because you don't have to worry about anything other than power. You know, like it's like, all right, how do I maintain power? That's the only facet you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Is how do I keep them on my toes so that I have power? It's a lot of fun to think about because that's not that it's one dimensional, but it's a singular goal. Whereas when you're not acting as a villain, because villains are archetyped, you know, like this villain wants to murder, this villain
Yeah.
wants power, this
There's a
villain wants to
reason
make you
and-
horrified. Whereas the human character is always like, I'm scared, I'm upset, I'm happy, my friends are dead, I'm just depressed. Villains are so cool because it's just like, no, I know what I want to do, and it's either I want to kill you or I want to make you scared, or both.
Yeah.
It's like great, fantastic,
And they rip through everything to do it.
and it gives you so much freedom to figure out how you want to do that.
Yeah.
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 You-
No, they are very, very fun.
You saying that just made me think of something that I think I just never put it in those words. When you're a sociopath villain, you can do anything to maintain your grip on that power.
Yep.
When you're writing or playing the hero, you can still make him do whatever he wants, but not without contradicting previous
Right.
flaws. Like there are rules you're now playing by,
Mhm.
so you now have to abide by things that you've written, or then the whole thing is just sloppy.
Correct.
Like Batman using a gun. Like that's never gonna
Yep.
happen.
How cool would that
If
be,
he
though?
pulled out a gun and shot
Well,
somebody,
it
you'd be like,
has-
what changed?
Technically, in Flashpoint,
Well, that's just an
that's
example.
his dad, though. but
Wait, what?
yes. Flashpoint, Flash goes back in time. He fucks up the entire
Oh, is that one of the
timeline.
cool cartoons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cartoon movie's really great.
Yeah.
But Batman,
I think we
it's,
watched
it's
that one, I
his
just
dad.
But,
And he uses
I mean,
guns.
that's just an example.
Batman's
you
also
have
already-
rules that you set
and-
for yourself.
well, like you're
as
saying with
a
Batman-
protagonist, as a good guy.
Like you're saying with Batman, Batman already is contradicting himself because he kills people. He kills people all the time.
He does.
Throwing them off a 12-story building after beating the shit out of them kills them.
They probably
doesn't
don't
do
have
that.
health insurance
He
either, so
totally
they probably
He
wish they
catches
could.
them on the zip line and breaks their feet. And
Right,
stuff,
or like
man.
by the neck, and they fucking hang until dead. It's like, oh, whatever. He has
What
definitely.
are you referring to? He does not string people up like
he
a
has
fucking
definitely
hangman.
killed
Like
people. You're telling me
Spider-Man.
that Batman has never inadvertently one-punched somebody to death? He has absolutely, by his violence kills people. There's no way it doesn't. There's no way it doesn't.
I don't know every single Batman comic, so I'm not going to answer
There's
that
no way it
because
doesn't.
there may be one or two. The only time he killed people was way back when they first created him
Right.
in the comics.
But
He used
that's-
to run people over with
that's all you
cars,
see.
shoot them. He was like a detective
If you look
who was a
past-
psychopath who dressed like a bat.
Even
I
in
love
the
that.
Nolan movies,
He was fucking
even in the
nuts.
Nolan movies, he's probably accidentally clipped
Right.
somebody before.
Well, I'm saying it may not be a plot point, but by the very nature of what he does, he has killed people. There's no way he fucking hasn't accidentally killed people.
for fun.
Right. Well, no. Maybe not for fun. He drags them back to the Batwell and watches them devour their skin. It's like, wait, what?
The Batwell?
The Batwell, where he
No,
remember in
is
the
that what
Nolan
it's called?
movies, he like
I
He fell
know
down
what
a
you're
well or some
talking
shit.
about.
But why wouldn't he just bring them to the cave?
Because he
the
has
cave
a well.
is the cave is where he draws the line. He can't murder once he's in the cave.
Oh, it's
but
true.
the well,
But
the well is like
leads
the
to cave.
octagon.
He's like
Does he
reverse
leave like a
vampire.
net to catch him?
Oh yeah, well because he can't kill him.
Yeah, that
The
makes
bats
sense.
can
So
kill
it's
him.
just.
He can drown them.
He can't, but they can kill themselves by screaming, and the bats find
Do we
them.
remember what the question was? Because I have forgotten.
Something about Batman.
Nope.
Batman kills.
Doc
Find the
Ock.
bat.
Are you guys enjoying our live?
I don't have the question in front of me, but it's kind of directly related to that. It was a canon question. Were there ever intentions of me or Vinny being inhabited? Oh no, canon question. Were we ever inhabited in the canon? And I think that's a strict no.
I
No.
don't think in canon now.
No, and
There are reasons for that
There-
you have to talk about amongst
yeah,
canon
okay, cool. I was
discussions.
gonna ask, do we want to say
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely not. They were not canon.
No.
Was there plans to? Yes,
We
Yes,
tried it
we
just
did
as
test
a
the
production
thinking about it,
standpoint.
yeah.
I think that there are screen tests for both of us, right?
I'm sure we did them. I don't think they exist. Some for you might exist.
They might.
The reasons we didn't though are for like lore
Yes.
reasons.
No,
And
you
you
can-
can,
because we were
piece
getting-
that together. That's,
Yeah,
that's
you can
out there for
figure
you to
that
see.
out. But
Yeah. No, we toyed around with it as a technical, for fun or just seeing how we could do with it. But in canon, that's a pretty easy answer. We'll say, no, the two characters were never
It's
inhabited.
so fun. Good. Give it a test.
Which I
Don't even
know
take it all the way out, right?
a lot of people wanted to see inhabited Vinny towards the end game, but
You're not gentle.
that's that.
You're not gentle. You don't want to- I'll
Satan's
show you.
Gumbo
Yeah.
asks, were all the character deaths planned? I think that's kind of an odd question, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Jeff died by accident.
Yeah.
We
I died by
accidentally
accident
killed
and
him.
I couldn't come back
Well,
for
no, I
like
get
2
I
years.
get what they're saying because honestly, your
No.
death was sort of spontaneous as
Yeah,
far as the
no,
story
it's just,
was written.
Twitter is weird like that. Like you
Yeah.
can't explain
No,
that shit.
so I do get the question, and I would say no. That all the deaths were not planned to be that way. Ours were planned from goddamn like year 2
Before
year
we really
1.
even had the story
Right.
done.
But Jeff's was sort of we needed.
I think if we knew how long certain things would drag
Yes,
out,
you would still be
we
alive
didn't
for a little
expect
bit.
it to go as long, and I mean that was from the very beginning. We didn't expect
No.
it to be that long. It was originally supposed to be a one summer
well,
project,
and
Yeah.
that's
and then it turned into
so many
fucking
things changed. Like
Yeah.
stupid long.
the initial catalyst for the end game was supposed to be meeting the Stephanie character in person
Yeah.
and getting her out of the hospital or
Oh,
wherever she
Jesus.
was. That was supposed to set forward the events that were later, shown as the fight and everything, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Obviously, that didn't happen. We worked with that. So, like I said, if we knew the time before we started, we would have spaced things out
Yeah.
differently.
But I mean,
but it's just the way it went.
as far as deaths go, like let's think about it. Stephanie's was planned. That's how we planned for her to. That was pretty. Once we realized that wasn't going to be the catalyst, and we were like just going to continue going, we planned that.
Yeah.
Daniel was not really planned.
It was the same part as Daniel because
Mm.
we realized we had to clean up. We had
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Tie
Like,
up all the loose
Yeah.
ends.
not even tie up, but like concentrate.
That's true.
What's it called on the computer when you fragment, like defragment everything? Consolidate.
Consolidate,
We
yeah.
consolidated the story
Yeah.
at certain points, and
And we used the
Yeah.
whole fact that like, okay, here comes Habit, let's show what he does.
Yes.
Like I remember that being a
Yes.
very
that's
important
it was
thing.
supposed
that,
to
like,
be your slasher movie.
when
but
he's
then,
here, he
Yeah.
needs to clean house, and that was the
Yeah. So I think that those were planned, but
Yeah.
they were planned a lot quicker and with a lot less finesse. Because we were like, oh, these people need to die. Let's have
I
Habit
just
show
wanted
his
to-
stuff. Yeah.
The one I remember saying in the beginning when we first made these things, I was like, I just want a body count.
Yeah.
That's all I
And
got.
you did. You got a
That's
nice
all I
little
want.
body count.
Yep, body count. Yep.
No chainsaw. Well, whatever.
Okay.
Well, he was in there. I got to put it in there. They
Such
draw
a
me
cop
as
out.
Habit with a chainsaw.
Such a
and
cop
that's-
out.
that's all.
Chris-
Why do you draw him as Habit with a chainsaw? He never used a chainsaw in the
It's-
damn series.
His name was Rex.
He
He
was
didn't do
actually
anything with it.
afraid of chainsaws,
My
and
red
so was the
chainsaw.
actor.
That's not true. That's not
He's
Can
true.
we,
very
do you
afraid
still
of
have
that.
that chainsaw?
My dad has it. Yeah, in a shed because he uses it a lot.
That's a cool beyondEMH thing. We can make a little.
We're gonna sell your
chainsaw
dad's
horror movie.
chainsaw.
No, we're not gonna sell it. We'll auction it off live. Are you guys on the chat? All right, $10. Who's starting? Oh shit! 20,
Stop.
20, 30. Do we have 40? $190? Can we get more?
Can you believe
This chat is insane.
This chat's insane for
Vinny,
this live.
All
Crispy
proceeds-
Swans asked, "Did you enjoy the chips in the blue room?"
Did you enjoy the chips in the
Did
blue
I
room, you
enjoy
son
the
of a
chips in
bitch?
the
Do you remember that?
I mean, I remember the blue room. I don't remember the chips. What kind of chips were that?
I don't know, but I remember you had like a gun, a USB drive,
Yeah.
and some
And a
chips.
clock.
You know what? It depends on
Yeah.
the chips. If they were Jeff Colville
That was
chips.
a you video, I do believe.
Yeah.
I don't remember the
That was
making of that or the creation.
It
that
was
was all you.
simple.
Yeah, it was in Jeff's room.
I
So then what
liked
chips were
using
they?
the big clock
Jesus.
on that old monitor
Let
I
me read
had.
your
I
schedule.
thought that came out pretty well.
Don't read the ones that
So,
say hurt Evan.
Chris,
in
to
his
answer your
sleep.
question, he doesn't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I'm sure I
Can you
did.
believe that?
I don't do anything. You like that?
Wait, is there nothing in here?
No, there's definitely some stuff in there. I just didn't use it for most of the year.
Who's asks, "Hey gang, have you guys ever been identified at random or in public places?" And there's the part 2.
Yeah, I have to show my ID sometimes.
No, but have you guys? Because I mean, I have a couple times, but it's not.
Cons.
Cons,
conventions,
yeah, because we
that's it.
expect to see people we've, acquaintances of social
Any
media and
any
stuff.
interesting stories? Any meetups? Because mine are like, oh, I met someone at Target, which is cool, but like, I was buying a pillow and they said, hi, can I take a photo? That's all I have.
That person was cool. They hit us up on Twitter
Yeah.
after, like, now I just have to meet so and so. Yeah, but
Wegmans.
Wegmans?
The Wegmans.
Wegmans,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the same person.
Took a
We
selfie.
were at
Oh,
this-
really?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
'cause
get
I know
that
they were
out.
going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like a couple people from my hometown. I saw someone last night who I knew from high school.
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah.
Jeff's friend, but he didn't say, "Hey, how's it going?" But he was like, "Do you still do EMH?" Had no clue that he knew that we did EMH. He was like, "Yeah, I looked it up and was really into it." So,
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean, you
that sort of
definitely, I would agree with that. Like, we have classmates or like old friends who are like, hey, so strange small world, my little brother or something was watching
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube. But in person, no, like Evan said, cons.
I think the big ones were conventions. That was
Steampunk
the
Fair, we
biggest.
saw a bunch of people
Yeah.
that we knew,
Mhm.
which I guess it's doubly cool because they're all somewhat local. So it's like people who live 20 minutes away that we never
Mhm.
would have crossed paths with,
Yeah.
us because of the project. So
Yeah,
That's kinda cool.
I think a handful between us, really, over the years.
there's kind of a, not that's the word I'm looking for, almost like cynical second part to that. Were there
Yes.
ever any days you wish you didn't make the project, the series? He says, quote, "Your ugly large child," which was referencing my Twitter post for it.
Hmm.
And he says, "Good luck with the movie, Vinny. Good luck with the books
Thank you.
to me, and good luck with the D&D stuff and others." to
Thanks.
Evan."
Well, appreciate the good lucks because it's always needed.
Yeah, no, it was a nice message. It was just kind of.
Yeah. No, and
I don't
Why
think
do you
there's
call you a
anything
big
that's
ugly
cynical.
child?
I call EMH our large ugly child
because his name is
because it's a large ugly child.
Were there times?
I mean, I think there could be times that there's frustration and like, fuck this, why are we
yeah.
dealing with this? But in terms of overall, no.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
I
it
don't-
changed stuff
No.
I would
so
say that-
dramatically that even if we were cynical about it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what my life would look like without
No.
it.
And
That's a good, yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
for me, I mean, it really during the production, there was nothing about it that ever was like taxing or made me miss out on something in life. Like I didn't miss my child's birth or my wedding day. Like there was nothing.
Yeah, because you killed
Did
the
you
child.
miss a child's birth?
I might have. Let me check my schedule.
Baby day.
No, but
Baby day.
there was nothing during production and the post-production stuff. So I'm sort of reading this question as an addition to part one, which is about the fans and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's so easy for me because I don't live online. I just don't. I can tune them out. So like there are a bunch of people who constantly ask like inappropriate questions or say inappropriate things or like you block them and they make 4 new accounts. But
2019 was the first year I started indiscriminately blocking
yeah, and
schmucks who annoy
to me it doesn't bother me. It never bothers me. So like even the online presence and seeing like the fan fiction, the slash fics, and the art, I can so easily tune that out because it's not part of my life. That there's nothing that I regret about EMH because I only see the positive stuff. I try to avoid any of the
Unsavory.
the shit show criticisms and the people.
Where people are taking your name and pretending to be you.
Right, I just don't pay
Just
attention.
ignore it.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say.
Yeah, Evan didn't answer.
I'm not
yeah,
moving
wow.
on. Fuck off.
Move
See
on.
that shit? So I would say there were definitely times that, kind of like what you were saying, it was like frustration. Like there were days I wanted to punch Jeff in the face. There were days I wanted to punch Vinny in the face. But and there were days I wanted to punch some of the fucking fans in the face. You know what I mean? Like some of the people I've met were like, oh god, But I think overall, kind of like what you said, it'd be hard to imagine if I didn't. Like, it has been such a big influence on my life and has made it was just such a cool thing to do. You know what I mean? And I think if I didn't do it, not only would I not have met a lot of the people who are like incredibly important in my life now, but I also don't think I'd be as close to you two as I would have if we didn't do it after high school. It would have been, you know, kind of like college where you just sort of start drifting apart.
Well, think about us in general. Like, think about us hanging out. It's such a rare occurrence because we're all so fucking busy. We made time for EMH.
Yes.
Because we had to.
Yes.
And it's not that it wasn't fun, but we just suck at making plans.
No, yeah, we really, God, it's like herding cats trying to get us all to fucking do
so
something.
The fact that we had a common goal made it happen.
At the end of the day, I think it's like what negatives there were so small in comparison. I guess
Throwback to our, were we exhausted or were we hungry and wanted to murder each other from the last Q&A?
Yes, yes. But like that,
the greater stuff, like people coming into our circle.
Yeah, exactly. And like I don't know.
Good outweighs the bad by a lot.
Oh my God, by a billion.
We lived together. We had ML Anderson come and live with us. If you know that series, Dylan and Austin.
They always say, you know, don't live with your best friends. And, you know, we obviously don't live together still, but it certainly wasn't because of us. It wasn't because of us living together. It was just shitty times. Like, I'd live with you guys again.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with you guys. I mean, Vinny, you were like a ghost.
Yeah, I was not even there. So.
But yeah,
I'm like the best roommate.
Well, I mean, the fact that we're still doing this, I think, is a testament to that we didn't fucking murder each other.
Yeah.
What?
Cut nothing.
Friel asks, this is kind of a... This is going to be a Hydra head question. What eventually led to the creation of Habit and the inclusion of the Rake? What was the overall thought process behind other monsters beyond just Slender Man?
All right, so let's break this down.
That's a good one.
Jeff,
yo,
I'm going to ask you the first part. Why did we decide to throw other monsters in? I'm taking it backwards.
Sure. Well, I mean, I think with any Slenderverse project, you need some sort of counter. Not even, it doesn't have to be a villain, but you need some sort of personality, some sort of driving force of the story. It's either going to be people surviving or literally faceless wall. And you need something to wedge that. So I think, you know, even before we had our shit together, we knew there was going to be some sort of betrayal involved. We knew there was going to be some sort of, you know, physical danger. And whether it was the constraints of what kind of effects we could do with Slender Man to, you know, what's easy and what's fun, I think we knew off the bat if somebody was going to be taken, it was going to be Evan. And then as our story developed, Habit itself was kind of like, all right, we have this, you know, timeline, the timeline fuckery coming in. We need to make weird stuff happening there too. And like I initially started with, you know, this troubled child, and everyone was like, correct me if I'm wrong, I love the name, that's awesome. We need more with that. Like,
yes, that's
because he was supposed to just be. It was almost going to be like a
one-off, like
typical child horror, like a Stephen King novel almost. Like this doctor protecting his kids. The one kid's weird, obviously afflicted by something. We're like, how can we escalate that? Yeah. And that's when you started working with the whole
when you brought
juice almost. You know, the whole fun with it.
You brought like the story. You wrote out a little story of like a doctor's like notes on Evan as a child.
Yes, and it was first like ARG stuff for that.
He keeps talking about, like, you know, he keeps referring him, like now he's referring to himself as or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I love that name, like the Habit. That's so neat because you came up with the name like the Habit. He keeps saying like you know that or Captain Habit or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. And that's what I said. There needs to be more. I'm gonna make some more.
It would have been a waste to just let it die.
Yes, like I saw a lot of potential in that. So that's when I created and when we were already talking about having other monsters in it, I was like, what about having one that is ours, like one that we make? So I made, you know, we're like, okay, the Habit. So it's like this terrible spirit, you know. And then I came up with like, okay, well, what if he's just been around for fucking ever, and he's been like a bunch of different serial killers, and you know, terrible fucking people. Ed Gein, the Angel of fucking Death. You know what I mean? Like, so like he's been a Nazi. He's been fucking serial killers.
He ate a baby.
Right. Like he's been the fucking worst creature throughout mankind.
And he has pinpointed his focus.
Yeah, and he has decided to be like, this and focus, and it's like, isn't that a pretty scary, intimidating bad guy? Also later found out that it is the same exact concept from a sci-fi movie or an episode of Star Trek. Didn't know about that. Didn't know about that when I made it. Very upset when I found out.
One of those things that happened.
Freddy's New Nightmare. Exactly, was the whole concept. So anyway, when when I made it, I was like, oh, this is just going to be a lot of fun, and then just made him, you know what I mean? And then just couldn't wait to play him because he just seemed like so much fun. But the original thing was going back where we were like, do we want more monsters?
Yeah. Well,
yes, and that was always like a
and the
I
reason
think that's a great
for that
idea.
is even when we started, Slenderman was already we thought Slenderman was already being done. Like we didn't realize that it was going to fucking explode for a decade after that, and people were really going to saturate the market. But we felt that we were already in a saturated market. So we were like, how do we make this a little... First of all, how do we make the monsters a little more engaging? Because Slenderman is very hard to engage, because if you engage him, you're dead. Like, there's nothing to do with Slenderman.
Yep.
So we said, let's throw the rake in there. And then Evan was like, he saw that stuff and like, let's do a fun villain. I want to be a fun
charismatic
villain.
one. A villain that can talk was what I wanted, because that's a way to bring entertainment and horror into it and really help push a story.
And we had the villain that sort of didn't do much, that made the human aspect horrifying, because Vinny did horrifying things, Jeff did horrifying things, Evan did they were in this horrifying situation.
We had a grind monster.
Right. The rake was like nature, was naturalistic.
Yeah.
He was just there to kill. He didn't quite care about the human emotion of it all. And then there's Habit, who was as close to human as you can get, because he was human atrocity. He was the embodiment of human atrocity. That's what he likes to study. Right.
Bet.
So
Omens.
Stop it. Why did you do that?
Well,
bad
it was
what?
kind of bad omens, but that was kind of what you talking about the saturated series out there. Like all like the tropes now that are pretty understood. Like everyone, like you'll see memes of like, you know, Slender Series starter pack, and it's like binary code and a white theater mask. It's like that was already there when we started in 2010. Right. And like it has only gotten, like if that's something you commonly know in passing on the internet, to us to know that as like the niche thing it was only going to lead to you being criticized. And I think that's why early on we're like, all right, so obviously something happens to Evan. We don't want him to be a ruffled douchebag running through the woods with, you know, a mask on.
Did you just call out Tim Sutton?
I did call out Tim Sutton. No,
Damn.
no, but I'm saying no. They did it first, is what I'm saying, and everybody would just be seen as a copy of that.
You know what?
And they were the granddaddies of it for a reason.
And what you're saying is totally true, because like now, they literally, Marble Hornets, to their credit, created lore that withstood 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where like Frankenstein's monster, there's a set of like lore that wasn't even in the book, that the 1933 film or whatever, 27, whatever the fucking film came out, people are like, oh yeah, that's Frankenstein. They did like the same thing with Slenderman. So, but when we jumped in on it, that wasn't totally solidified yet. So if we copied, it just would have been a copy. Whereas now it's like, no, this is Slenderman lore. Proxies exist, and this exists, and that exists. But when we were doing it, it had not yet dried. That concrete was still, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what I'm saying. Another douche in a mask. I'm not calling them out. They made that iconic.
No, I know.
You can find literally dozens of videos that have been abandoned projects of people standing in the woods with a mask. It's like, that's supposed to be intimidating. It's like you copy. It's always like, I think we talked about this one time. You ever see those old like propaganda pictures of like people in like North Korea or something standing on the tracks of a roller coaster because they saw pictures from the outside world of a roller coaster? And it's like, that's what people do to have fun. Roller coasters are what they do to have fun, but they've never seen it in motion or something.
Yes.
So it's like, you're just copying something you see, and it's like, this is the stand-in for something to be scary. You have no idea what makes it scary or what drives it to the
You're
viewer.
doing it because it's that concrete lore. Because you think you're supposed to, because it's supposed to be formulaic. Slenderman appears, someone loses their mind, then they're wearing a mask.
Right. That takes away everything.
And now that that's the formula, that's what people do. But there was no formula at that point, and we didn't want to just directly copy the only other person that was doing what.
Pretty much,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And that's pretty much.
And for the rake, actually, I think this was. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember this distinctly because I still kind of want to do it, and I think it was another example of us, getting ahead of ourselves. But we had an idea, probably because of Alan Wake time, and then we later used for Twig's stuff. of an idea for a project about a radio station,
Yeah.
about the central creature issue being the rake,
Mhm.
about the small town in the Poconos or out in Pacific Northwest of a town being stalked by the rake, and it all being POV of one of the hosts at the radio station. And we're like, all right, we're not going to be able to do that until EMH is over. Okay, maybe that'll be in like a year or two. Ha ha ha. Obviously not. So we're like, all right. At one point, we're like, let's commit to this. We'll use the monster in our story, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And and then we got to use the premise at least in Twigs briefly, but.
I think
true.
it came out looking really good, though. I think that.
So.
I think we did a good job making him look.
Oh yeah,
You know,
no, in
I'm
the series,
definitely impressed with
I'm really
how
happy
it
to
ended
use
up.
the monsters.
I see that image. People use that image. They
Yep.
steal that image.
They
a
steal
lot,
that image.
actually, which
Which is
like
flattering.
pretty flattering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we weren't,
made a pretty.
we weren't
sweet
doing anything
movie.
with it anyway. Just take it.
Yeah, whatever.
This is
right?
permission. Just do
Give us your
whatever.
money, please.
30,000 of your friends.
At least subs. Can we get a couple subs? Wawa. Hoagies.
Oh, there went a sub. Did you see it, Jeff, on this live?
Oh, they're
Chat?
still bidding on.
They're still bidding on your
the
dad's
chainsaw.
lawnmower.
$490. That's like the weed number almost.
What?
$490.
That's like 5 sex numbers.
Oh.
What's the next
Okay.
one?
Do we have any more?
Yeah, we
Idiot.
do have a few more.
Okay.
See, now, I'm not going to
What's
call
the matter,
out this
buddy?
individual
What's going on?
users,
Gonna handle
but this is like the
Yeah,
third
happy
question.
Bad mood.
The third question, was there any time that Evan played Habit too good and it sort of freaked you guys out?
I mean, we kind of... Was it this video
No,
or the last one?
No, I'm saying this is like the third or fourth time someone has
Oh,
asked
yeah.
a question like this.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of just take that as silly. It's never really happened.
It's very hard. So, again, Slenderman is ruined for us. Habit was never scary because it's Evan.
Yeah, it's hard to if any of you spend a long period of time with me, you'll realize why me
Yeah.
playing a scary thing
And
is
also,
not scary.
Anybody who's made
Like-
anybody who's made anything like a movie, a book, or it's very hard to find your own shit scary.
Yeah,
Because you know what went into it.
Unless there's blood in your stool.
that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
pretty
Please
scary.
See a doctor.
Go to a doctor. Don't let that shit wait.
PSAs.
Put it in a.
But
we should do PSAs every once in a while.
We should. PSA.
As, everyone
Check your
I
shit.
mean, I think
saying,
this is...
You got blood in your stool? Go to the doctor.
Immediately.
He ate the baby. The second part of that question is,
Yeah.
how did you get into character for Habit? You might have touched upon that.
Yeah, I feel like we did. We don't really need to go over that again. I
Huh?
mean, you could go ahead, but we've done that a million times. You can do it
Why are
real
you
quick.
just jumping on my
Go ahead.
questions? I have a
On his
question for me.
bandwagon.
Like, just because it's for me and you can't answer it, now you suddenly want to get rid of it? Have another coffee, you grumpy
Go
fuck.
ahead and do it.
He's in a
Go ahead and
mood
do it
today.
again.
Yeah,
You
so
don't even
I
remember
would
the
get
question.
into... Yeah, I remember the question.
Do you remember the
What
question?
was the question?
How did you get into character for Habit?
Pretty easily. I just wanted to be the worst person, but also I wanted to have a lot of fun, and I used a lot of references, like Beetlejuice, like Freddy. We were talking about.
What about on the day of the shoot? So did you
So
do
on
any
the
like
day of the
jumping
shoot-
around like Jack Nicholson?
You
in
would
the
huff
Shrek and stuff?
airplane glue?
So sometimes I don't know. I would go. I'd go. No, I'm not huff airplane glue, but I would go.
Got him.
I would go. Okay, and I'd start kind of walking around, and I would start getting into like a headspace for it. You know what I mean? I would start thinking like, I'm here to. I am allowed to hurt these people. I am allowed to ruin their lives. I am allowed to do whatever I
Maybe
want.
that's why we can't get people
and
to help
say
us.
and say what I want. Let's go ahead and do it. So really, I guess, well, so I don't know if this is getting too far, but I guess just like I was allowed to be very sadistic to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something that I think is just part of my nature as a human being, as the person that I am. So I kind of just sort of, like we said, all the characters that we played were kind of asked. We used parts of ourselves to
Yeah.
do it. And I don't eat babies, and I don't.
Right.
I'm not a Nazi, but like. I certainly allowed parts of myself to jump, and I think everybody has the capacity to be cruel and terrible,
Eat a
and
child.
accessing that part of yourself, if not physically, like not actually. I would never actually
No,
want
right.
to hurt them. I accidentally stabbed Vinny in the head
He
once,
did.
right on the side.
Yeah.
But
I
I
also
never
knocked him at the back of my head right onto a rock.
did. I
Remember?
during the
remember that.
fight. Oh my god! It was because it was under the grass. I couldn't
I know,
see it.
and we had gotten all the rocks
We had
out of
just
the way.
gotten all the way. Anyway,
I
either way,
hate
so
The
like,
Rock.
never would I actually want to hurt you guys, but it is a great and a very freeing and wonderful headspace to be in,
To
where
hurt
I'm
you.
allowed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like I can mentally say to myself, I can if I wish, bite through their flesh. You know what I mean? Am I gonna do it? No, but that's a fun.
That was full on camera though.
It would have, but that's a fun. People use chicken and stuff.
No.
But that's actually just dig in. But that's a fun headspace to be in, and it really lets you feel. It makes me very comfortable. You know what I mean? Because you feel.
Because again, you
kind
don't
of
have to
in
worry
control
about
of your
anything
power.
except
No,
for the power.
there are no
Right.
consequences, I
Right.
guess, to your actions. You can hurt this person as much as you want,
Yeah.
and there's something about that I find lovely. I don't know if that's
But you
fucked
still
up to say,
But
but
you
like
have
I
to,
love
you
that.
have to get
you
into
know
that
what I mean?
headspace. It's not your default headspace, which is
So
good.
to get yes,
That's good.
well, because there are rules in society. We live
Oh,
in a society.
we live in a
We
So-
live in a society.
We live
Yes.
in a society.
Yeah,
so,
and I didn't
yeah.
mean to cut you off. I was just saying we've answered that similar
He
question.
cut you off in a
million times.
society.
Yeah, I don't think I answered it in that way though. I think that's
No, and you-
I never
you
really
changed
thought
it up
about
a
that
little bit,
until
yeah.
like just now.
Well, that's why I
Like-
also threw like that extra part at you about it being.
Oh yeah, was this your plan? Was it
Yeah.
me to talk about that?
Yeah, I did, and I got you.
Are you
to talk about
singing
exactly
for me
what I
right now?
fucking wanted you to
Singing
talk
for
about.
me right now,
Go ahead, Jeff.
Jeff.
I think we're close to wrapping up. We'll just do 2 quick canon questions. Ben asks, did any of you actually watch all of the hundreds of trial videos that we Rabbits posted? Oh, this was Rabbit 038. Hi, Rabbit. Yes, I sat through
was Jeff.
every piece of
Did
the
you?
trials. I did. I have
No
it.
way.
Fuck.
Yes, I did. No, if people were submitting us the stuff,
That's a
I read
lot.
through them. And we didn't use any, there weren't Google Forms or anything at that point. Everything submitted was through traditional email, except for the videos I might have just had to use the...
I think
Search
this is a
for
good
it.
time to say too. The trials were like 110,000% Jeff.
For
I
better or
did
worse,
nothing. I
because
did nothing for them. I wrote like the poem and
You
like
wrote the poem.
and
We said how cool it was.
we workshopped a couple of ideas for like
Yeah.
what the trials could be. Like I think one of them was like you have to hurt someone, and Jeff was like, no, what?
No, see,
We're not going to tell
that's
them to
the
hurt
thing,
people.
because
like, oh yeah, you're right.
we
'cause
had-
you're not going to kill somebody.
it had to be humanity's worst aspects. But we also didn't want to get into legal trouble. Like,
Right.
we couldn't say, go kill a dog, and we wouldn't want to do that either. But it's like, it was
Well,
a
Jeff
weird
wants to kill dogs.
line to toe.
It was the
because
balance, yeah.
Yeah.
You
But-
wanted it to be spooky, but you couldn't let people actually
Right.
hurt
I
themselves.
can't
I mean-
believe you watched through every single
Every
one of
no,
those.
there was a point to it. It was kind of cool because it was like, all right, they're doing this for us.
That is, I would not
That's
have the. I couldn't give a fuck.
I would just be like, yeah, you did it great.
Like I would have been like, yeah, on like the first 10. Then I would be like, oh god, this is real. There's like 200 of these fucking things.
Well,
I can't do this.
That was the thing
Like,
too. Like at the time, what I was saying about Google Forms, when I said, send your application, I literally entered that by hand into a
Yeah, into that
Excel
Excel.
holy
sheet.
shit,
cool.
man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that was
no,
what I
that
did.
was all him.
I wish we could have done more with it.
You
but
have
there was-
inspired. I don't know if you've seen, but the people do fake trials. Did
Oh
you
yeah,
know
all the
that?
time.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's neat though. That
No,
you,
it's
that you
really
inspired
cool. I
something
think
that
it's-
keeps going.
I
you
think
know what
that's
mean?
really
Like,
cool. I've yet to, in the brief interactions I have with people, yet to see it not turn into a shit show.
Yes.
So that's why I'm kind of like, oh boy.
Well, whatever. Yours didn't.
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know
It's
what I mean?
like,
But-
that's
but,
your
like-
fire to put
But
out.
you made a thing that
That
people
is kinda
want to
cool.
role play and
Right.
do. You know what I mean? I just think that that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So then just one more small one.
Sure.
Oh yeah, and we did kind of answer this, but we'll make sure to link it again. There were, Kim asked, there are a few episodes blocked in the U.S. due to Sinatra copyright claims.
Yeah.
Is there ever going to be a way to view those? Yes, we have that. Users have linked it on the wiki. I think in the general summary towards the bottom you can find them. We'll try to make it more obvious again. There's a folder we have the videos
How
so
many
you
videos?
can view them. There are
It's
2
like
or 3
2,
right
right?
now.
Are they
But
all Frank Sinatra ones?
At least 2 of them are.
Damn his
Yeah.
ghost. Damn his ghost.
Yeah, so there are ways you can get them from other users, whether
Me too.
They were very cool. I don't
just
know
ask a
why.
user and some
Logging across everything.
related hashtag. I'm sure somebody will help you out. But also, is there a reason you removed the channel art after the series was over? That was not after it was over.
No.
Probably about 3 years ago, there was a YouTube update that changed the pixel dimensions
Yeah.
of your avatar. We had our custom 4 arrows. That just changed at some point, and we didn't want to give speculation by updating it
Right.
again out of
and,
the blue.
And in-game, so the in-game reason was like, what the fuck? Why would Vinny be like, oh shit, YouTube updated, let me change our logo
Yeah, he's
back.
currently
Yeah.
starving and
Right.
freezing in a hole
Right.
somewhere.
So there was an in-game purpose, and that was why would Vinny
Things
fucking
have
do
changed, and Vinny's just not maintaining his
Yeah.
social media when he's fucking trapped in an apartment
Right.
for
Yeah.
3 years. But yeah, I think
Alright.
that's it for this time.
Cool.
Did we want to answer the
Donnie
Donnie Darko.
Oh yeah,
Donnie
Donnie Darko.
go for it.
Well, I don't,
do you know what the question was?
Didn't you get the question on Twitter?
I don't know if it was my
Do we
question.
remember the user?
Give me a second, I'll find
Okay.
it.
Yeah, we can edit.
So wait, it's on my Instagram.
We can say shit.
Because
shit,
I said go
fuck,
ahead and
fuck,
send it
shit.
to our Twitter. And I wanted to do this the right way. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Okay.
Wait,
So
everybody, look at the camera. Okay.
So this is from That Ho Mac.
On Instagram. This is not Twitter.
Yeah, they sent this to me on Instagram. I told them to send it to Twitter.
And then
but
I saw the
I guess Jeff
notification,
doesn't
I
even
just-
read the Twitter that you send to
Goes
him.
through
I'm
100 videos of
literally
people
the
reading
only
a
one
poem,
using
but-
that fucking Twitter right
Yeah,
now.
he can sit there and jerk off to people reading poems and shit, but he can't fucking read the Twitter that he says that he wants
Yes,
to read.
that was what my ultimate
All right.
release.
Listen,
of
we
the
get it.
Don't
trial.
even give him the shot.
Jeffrey the
from
neighborhood.
Jeffrey the neighborhood rapist cannibal. All right,
.com.
So they said, it's currently my birthday and I'm watching Donnie Darko. And I know you probably answered this question in a Q&A, but it seems that some of your series was partially based on Donnie Darko, specifically the whole habit made me do it and the rabbit thing. You don't have to answer anything, just wanted to know. Yeah, so
I think
so first things first
there's
is
another parallel.
I don't think so. It certainly anything that I made for Habit in any way, shape, or form had nothing to do with Donnie Darko. I actually fucking hate that movie.
Really?
It's super fucking boring.
Okay.
That is one of the most boring, shitty movies I've ever seen. And like,
Sure.
it looks like it's gonna be fucking awesome. It's like a demon rabbit and this kid's all fucked up. No, guys, it's the most awful, boring shit. I don't care. The best part of the movie is when, spoiler, he fucking dies. And I'm like, thank God this shit show is over. I hated every minute of it. So fucking
One of my
boring.
top 5
Anyway.
favorite
Yes.
movies.
Now on the
Oh,
opposite,
it's
now on
after
the
the
opposite
fact.
end,
You
So
go.
I was gonna say
boring.
now on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's one of mine and Jeff's favorite movies, and it absolutely influenced DMH.
You think so?
I would say so, because the whole
That timey-wimey
the whole
shit.
the whole
I
Donnie
mean-
Darko premise is literally
Yeah, time loops.
right
Yeah.
the time loop and all that and all of that. So I think that
Oh,
while
wait,
we
what we
didn't-
talked about with the whole we grew up with it
yes,
sort of thing?
I was gonna say
Okay.
we didn't sit down and go, how can we emulate Donnie
Yeah,
Darko?
no, you're
But
probably
if you
right.
even look at it for a second, it was my favorite movie in high school as well.
Okay.
So we definitely threw in plot points that were reminiscent
no,
to that
that's
because
fair.
I always
and
loved the time.
we
loop
alluded
and-
to it too,
yes.
the same way we did Alan Wake.
Yeah.
For the reason, but no, you're right. We didn't say, hey, let's incorporate this, but things influence
Right.
you. You know?
But Habit himself was not like
No
Freddy
way.
the
The
Rabbit.
rabbit
or
thing
any
was
of that.
Well,
completely
and the
coincidental.
rabbit, so the rabbit thing came up from the Animal Collective song "Rabbit or Habit,"
Yeah.
and that was
They were
I
right.
took that rabbit aspect that Jeff cued from the song, and I was like, well, rabbits, that's prey item.
Yes.
And so really like. I don't. The people just started making that like
Yeah.
Habit was
Which-
a rabbit when really, if you listen to what he's saying, you're the rabbit and he's like the dog coming to
That's
kill
why
you.
we
Like,
named them the players in the trial.
that's why you're the rabbit. So like, no, the monster wouldn't be the rabbit because rabbits are not frightening.
No.
They are little.
Right.
They're little
Especially
squishy things.
Right, especially when in our world where it's only like predator and prey.
Yeah, that's why I kind of
the way it's set up.
like made him more towards
Kramer
like a
versus
wolf
Predator.
when I drew him or whatever.
Is he still around, or did we take care of him?
Kramer?
Yeah, did we take care of him yet?
Actually, no. Fuck
Cancel
that guy.
Yeah, he was the one.
He was an asshole.
Yeah, he was the fucker.
stand-up one, right?
Yes.
Oh, what a fucking dick. So,
Yeah, no, so Donnie Darko probably base influences on me and Vinny's side of things, but not something like...
No.
You could argue House of Leaves was a more recent... This is
By movie.
inspiring them.
Right.
Donnie Darko was like a... growing up maybe
it
influence.
may have. I would say it probably influenced your guys' taste in psychological horror.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's
exactly what I'm trying to say. is
psychological
We didn't
drama,
go. We didn't go.
No, I didn't
Donnie
remember
Darko.
I watched it until after we started the
Right.
series and I watched it at the end. I was like, this
Yeah.
is incredible.
You know,
Yeah.
I definitely watched it a few
Bad
times. Up into
movie.
it.
I love that
Movie
movie.
sucks nuts.
We saw it midnight last year in
Yeah,
Philly
it was
because that's what we do.
We have a couple other movies lined up.
We
Best
do.
nights ever.
Best nights
We have some
ever.
midnight movies. We have some midnight movies that we're going to.
Where?
We'll explain.
Philly,
Philly and
Asbury.
Yeah.
Oh, Asbury Park.
we'll do the
Yeah.
Evil Dead. Oh, and
Don't
Mount
tell
Holly
them.
has.
Evil
Don't
Dead.
tell them.
Oh, don't dox us.
Don't come to us.
There's
Just
one
give us
more
your
for
money.
us.
Don't come to
We'll
us.
talk about it later.
Don't
once
come
we're
near
up
us.
against
Sorry. Yeah, so that's it. I think this was number 5.
it. Yeah, come to my house. It's at.
Vinny
We'll hang
will
out
give
once-
you, if you see Vinny on the street, he will give you $5. Give him your Venmo.
Please
and,
go to New Jersey.
Well, this is getting cut.